call upon Mrs. Sasikala, HOD of Science and Humanities, to welcome the gathering. Yes, Sasikala ma'am. Okay, any technical issues, I think, on behalf of our HOD, I welcome you all. A red carpet welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Arun Raj sir. And special welcome to all the participants on behalf of Tani Sharma, Institute of Technology, and our management. I welcome you all for this virtual session. So, Guna sir, are you online? Just 1 minute. I have to ensure that whether they have joined or what. Sasikala ma'am, have you joined?
Ma'am, am I audible? Dilshit ma'am?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, you have joined. Actually, I welcome you. Yeah, HOD has joined. Now I welcome Mrs. Sasikala to welcome the gathering. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words, ma'am. I heartily welcome our today's chief guest, Mr. R. Arun Raj. On behalf of Danish Sharma Institute of Technology and my own behalf, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me here, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. First of all, we are very thankful to accept our invitations in your very busy schedules to giving this wonderful event for our freshers to begin the session, sir.
Glad to be here. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.
I would like to welcome our beloved principal, sir, titled supporter, guide us in all the aspects, Dr. K.G. Pathaban, sir, for this TikTok event 2021. Due to his busy schedules, sir couldn't able to join for today's sessions. In his absence, we will be start the sessions. It's my great pleasure to welcome all the HODs, faculty members, and my dear young and energetic budding engineers for this auspicious events, today's events. I welcome you all for this wonderful events. Hope this today's sessions will be more motivated and useful for the freshers and tune our each and every young minds. Thank you all. Welcome you once again. All have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your heart-melting welcome. Guna sir, have you joined?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is the time to get to know about the special information about our chief guest. So I request Mr. Gunisekar, Assistant Professor of Physics, to introduce our chief guest to the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Chairman, Director, CEO, Principal, Chief Guest, faculty members, and most valued parents and students, very good morning, one and all present here. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce the chief guest for the webinar. Is an engineer, speaker, Mr. R. Arun Raj, Assistant Manager, Reddington India Limited, Chennai, as our chief guest. He did his BE Mechanical Engineering and postgraduate diploma in piping design, and also is an expertise in products lifecycle management and product design and development. He is a professional trainer in team handling, people handling, and persuasive speaking. He is also an author of a book, How to Crack an AutoCAD Tool Test Like a Pro. which has benefited to a lot of freshers on their journey with AutoCAD and design engineering. He has almost 10 plus years of engineering field, and catering his consulting services to various domains such as automotive, aerospace, defense, and oil and gas-based companies. He has rendered his consulting services to renowned government organizations and public sectors like Space Applications Center of ISRO, DRDO, Indian Oil Corporation, etc., and so on. And more than 200 plus private organizations, including own equipments manufacturers and manufacturing suppliers and the startup also. Innovation and disruptions are the hallmarks of the technology world. And hardly a moment passes when we are not thinking, doing, or talking about these topics. Hope definitely we can understand that disruption is the new age discipline at the end of the session. Without any further delay, I would like to hand over the session to the chief guest. We would be delighted to have your suggestion and questions at the end of the session. Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your pleasing detail of research persons of today. So now I profusely overjoyed to welcome our chief guest, Mr. R. Arunraj, for the inaugural address. Sir, welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I thank you all for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And it's an immense pleasure for me to address all these young budding engineers along with their families, uh, and specifically your step ahead for the dynamic future. So when I was asked about the topic, what I was going to address, I couldn't think of anything right away. I was looking something motivational, something good, which would help the engineers out. But while I was thinking, something stuck my mind. I thought it would be essential for me to talk about something more important and something that is happening right now and upcoming future as well. So I felt I should particularly and definitely leave a particular message that's going to help you start your journey as an engineer today and also for the future tomorrow. So let me just present my screen. Just let me know if you could able to see that. Yeah. I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So the topic which I thought about is disruption. It's a new age discipline. So when you talk about this particular word, disruption, this is one of the most important words in recent days. Uh, in general, disruption is nothing but a problem or an interruption in an activity or a process. That's a very generalized meaning. But today, the same word disruption has a very different meaning to it. So it is referred to as a radical change to an existing industry or a market due to technological innovation. So uh, if you if we talk about things in last 2 years, I could see a lot of things has changed, and we all know this is because of the pandemic the whole world has encountered. Globally, it has been catastrophic. Not only it took the toll in the health of our most beloved people across the globe, but it also took a huge toll in our economy, and it also took a huge toll in everything we do in day-to-day life. So it has created a lot of pressure, in specifically for the working economy, business people, and much more, and even for the students as well. Even though we encountered such a difficult situation, we human beings have found a way to protect ourselves, not only from the virus, but also uh, we heard about a lot of stories that where a restoration of humanity has happened, right? While this happened, there's something we found, some new term we found as well called new normal. And we learned a lot of such new terms like lockdown, social distancing, work from home. Not only we heard about all these new terminologies or all these new words, but we were forced to adapt to it in our daily life. So let's take a real life example in terms of education. who would have thought like there will be a disruption in education, right? So while most of the time when we were debating, we need to reform education, it's time to reform education, but education itself has a reform to adopt its new normal. So uh, I believe you are the first generation over the years or even over the decade to attend the school online. And right now you are here in a college first year as a fresher, again attending the college online as well. So uh, before going further into my topic, I would uh, just love to understand a quite good one thing from you. So all I want you to do is just open a new tab in your web browser, go to this URL www.menti.com. So just take time to do it. So www.menti.com, and you need to type this code. I'll, I'll share that screen. Yeah. So I'll share one more screen now. Okay. So if you go into www.menti.com, it will ask uh, uh, you which department are you from. So type in the department. Don't put it in the shorter form because sometimes I might not understand it. So type it in a full sentence as far as possible. So go to www.menti.com and type in this code 31767201. Or I will also put a hyperlink for you guys in the chat. If it's difficult for you, you can just click that link and then you can just enter your department over here. So anyone facing difficulties in accessing it?
No, sir.
Yeah, great. So it's
No,
kind
sir.
of a voting thing. So once you enter, I could able to see uh, the words coming directly from there. Yeah, biomedical engineering, computer science, robotics and automations. Okay, let me keep a 1 minute countdown for you guys before the voting closes. Artificial intelligence, wonderful. Food technology, BME, biomedical, right? BME, okay. Robotics and automation, food technology, computer science, wonderful. AI, and people who are in YouTube, you can also like enter this here. Only thing is I could not able to access you through chat or see your chat. Otherwise, if there is any question, you can post it over there as well. Definitely, I'll be able to take up those answers too. Okay. So, but we have got 21 votes here. Okay, that's fine. So voting is closed here. So I could see a lot of people from artificial intelligence, biomedical engineering, computer science. Okay, AI and DS, artificial intelligence and data science, right? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let me just go ahead and share my screen now. Okay. So when I told about disruption, it didn't happen uh, only in a specific area or specific industry. It happened across the globe, right? Uh, is this word disruption new to us? No, it is not new to us. There are a lot of business which have brought in, which have seen such kind of disruption, or I could even say a term called transformation of something that we never thought of. For example, uh, you could see Amazon here, right? right now you guys are like pretty much used to Amazon. You can buy stuff, buy anything online from Amazon, right? And we have a booking.com. So that was the one who actually created a disruption in ticket booking industry or hotel booking industry. So either earlier we have to go search for the hotel based on the word of mouth, go there and do check-in. But right now it's pretty much obvious. You can go ahead, book your flights, book your trains, book your uh, hotels where you'd love to stay, and then Airbnb again they transformed or reformed the rentals. Specifically, instead of taking a hotel, I can actually book a whole guest house and stay over there. And Netflix, now the theater is at your home. Uber, so again Uber, again that's the one industry which started. So right now you can see you have Ola and you have a lot of other taxi cab providers who transformed the taxi usage, right? And WhatsApp, it's the new age communication right now today. So where you can do a chat, you can do a video call, you can do a voice message, right? You can share images, you can share videos, a lot of things. Earlier, those technologies were not there. So if you want to do a message, we need to take some SMS pack, and then we have to we can send message only. There will be a limit of 50 characters or 100 characters only. So look at the disruption. What has happened? Look at the way the industry has redefined itself or transformed itself, and we thought whether it can be a reality or not. But you can see the transformation of these reality, which was unreal few years back, right? And let's talk about something which has been transforming the whole industry right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few key technologies which has made I would say disruption, or which has made the transformation of something we never dreamt of. So whatever the industry it might be, whether it is automotive or aerospace or industrial machines or robotics or medical field, medical technology, and other allied industries as well, right? So, so what kind of transformation has brought in? So before going into that, let me just show you a quick video. Possibly, this is something which you might have seen. Uh, so I hope the audio is you could able to hear the audio, but if you couldn't able to hear the audio, that is absolutely fine.
Yes, sir, we can see the picture alone, but the audio is not available. It's okay, sir.
Yeah, the audio is not available. That's okay. So this is a scene from a small movie where you can see there is a mission which is scanning something and then getting you a small model, right? And it's sculpting information over here, and you could able to see he's picking up a small sculpt information. I think specifically in archaeology or paleontology, we can say uh, it's from a movie where they were talking about specific information. So can you just name which movie this is? Maybe you can put it in the chat as well. So any idea which movie this is?
Guys, please react on this question. The Jurassic Park, someone is texting
Good,
sir,
great, great, great,
someone.
great. So yes, it's Jurassic Park, and it came in the year 2001. 2001. So think about when you were born, right? So the, this one such technology which you're talking about. This technology is called rapid prototyping, or we can say additive manufacturing, or we can also say it as a 3D printing. This one particular technology has transformed the way people thought about manufacturing, the way people thought about utilizing it. So where this can be done. So people know that printing has been one of the biggest sector, and we used to take a lot of printouts and papers, etc., and etc. But printing something in 3D, So that's something disruptive which happened lot many years back, right? And okay, so what are the areas that this is going to help? So let's talk about the first thing called prototyping. So whenever you buy some product, may it be a speaker, or may it be a television, or may it be a car or a bike or whatever it is. So that is something what every industry does is called prototyping. So what is meant by this prototype? So they want to create some miniature version of it, or some testing version of it, so that we don't have to like create the actual model and spend a lot of money in it, right? So industries does that, even the electronic equipments, devices, or whatever it is. Okay, so people try to print the prototypes and see how the product actually looks like. And in real world right now, lot of spare parts. I quickly need certain spare part. So what they need is just they have a 3D model, put it in this machine, it will automatically create a complete 3D spare part for you. It might be even a small screws or nuts, or it might be even any large components, right? So a quick generation of spare parts. Right now, they are using this technology to in construction as well. So if you have seen in news channels some months back, or years back, you could see that China has constructed a home with 3D printer. And even when you talk about NASA's colonizing project, Mars colonization project, uh, the 3D printer is going to play a huge role in constructing the labs or homes in Mars, right? So it is in construction. Medical, it is the 3D printing is transforming the medical industry like anything, medical technology like anything. Specifically, when I talk about prosthetics, right? Right now, earlier the prosthetics were like fixed one. You cannot able to operate it. You cannot able to move it, right? But with the power of 3D printing, right now they could able to uh, 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 generate mechanisms. When I say generate mechanisms, incorporate movement in the prosthetics, right? So a lot of advanced technology has come today because 3D printing has made it possible for the medical industry. And second thing, on the innovation side, specific to medical, people who have created 3D printing for printing tissues, human tissues, right? So printing human tissues is going to like help a lot of people, specifically wherever people have suffered from severe injuries from the fire, or any specific skin damages, etc. 3D printing is an absolute solution, which people are researching in order to address all these challenges, and even for the medical implants as well. And fashion, it is redefining the fashion industry. People are printing dress, people are printing jewelry, then a lot of things are being done in the fashion industry. And even in food technology, 3D printing is playing a huge role. If you have time, you could also like go ahead and search for 3D printed pancakes. People are printing pancakes like whatever the image the kids draw. So they create pancakes. Pancakes is like a foreign dosa, we can say. Okay, so people can able to like print just these pancakes in the form, in the exact form how the kid has drawn his drawing, right? So that's the transformation which is like brought in because of this 3D printing technology, right? And if I talk about in your sector, like, okay, as a fresher, what are the things that I need to learn in order to understand about 3D printing? Typically, if you are from robotics and automation, 3D printer is a part of robotic and automation group. If you are coming from the electronics background, it involves a lot of electronics into it. If you are coming from the CS background, then again, uh, Python is a core program for uh, 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 creating programs within 3D printing and make it work. And if you are from AI, now we are trying to work on, a lot of people are trying to work on remote printing. When I say remote printing, the 3D printer is set up somewhere else, some lab or something, and I want to print something from my home, from my click of a mobile, I can print it, and when I go to my office, it is already printed already. So a lot of changes or transformation has happened in this industry right now. And the next technology which I'm going to talk about is augmented reality and virtual reality. And when I talk about Augmented reality. So I just want to like define what it is all about. Augmented reality is something which projects the digital information on top of the physical world using any projection device. So a quick question to you guys, like how many of you are using Instagram and Snapchat? Have you used Instagram and Snapchat? Yes.
No, sir.
No, Instagram and Snapchat. No, okay. So yeah, you are in college now. Probably you guys will start using it. So Instagram and Snapchat, if you are using it, there will be something called Instagram Reels. Then you have Snapchat filters. A lot of filters which you use in phone, right? Specifically to uh, 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 get some colors or some what to say, different virtual things which is happening. So all those things are nothing but augmented reality, right? And let's see how this technology is being used. So now people are trying to work more and more towards this AR and VR technology. Specifically speaking, when I'm in some place, okay, I don't know what this particular place is, and you can just project a camera using an AR and can able to show you where the coffee shop is, where the restaurant is, and how much distance you have to travel in order to reach a specific destination. And now you could see Google Glasses has come in, so you can just put up those glasses. It projects AR, and it will tell you which direction to go, and it will always like show you every single location in and around. And people are using it for sales and marketing. Specifically, IKEA is a company which started using AR for sales and marketing. So all you need to do is like go into your phone or a tablet, then just choose the product whichever you want, and you can just project it. So once you do that, the real model size will come and project itself onto your room, and you can see okay how this furniture will fit in your home or office or whichever the location it might be. And again, this is getting reformed in warehouses as well. When I say warehouse, most of your delivery, like Amazon delivery, typically comes from a certain warehouse, centralized warehouse only. And when we see warehouse, there will be huge number of parcels and a huge number of boxes available. To locate a certain box, it will be like difficult for people to go and navigate. Right now, again with the phone or tablet, so when they just project it over, project it using a camera, it will all automatically pop up all these information over here. Okay, you have to go there, pick this one first, pick this one next. Like instructions will be there, and it is also right now used for services and repairs. So when I say services and repairs, uh, uh, there are a lot of bike repair is coming up, car, AC, a lot of things are done. Uh, with this technology right now, specifically in mechanical and automotive industry, uh, the time for people, time to train certain people on doing certain repairs has been dropped drastically. So what they need to do is just project it on top of a machine or a car, or even let's say you want to like change oil in the car, right? So you just project it. It will automatically step by step instructions will tell you, okay, open this. It will project. So here is where the lid is. Here is where you need to open. Here is where you need to pour. So all these instructions will like come over there, and you could able to do that. Then in construction industry also it has changed. So the ongoing construction building, we can project and see okay what is the next phase that building is going to come. And the virtual reality has again transformed the medical industry like anything. Uh, Typically speaking, this virtual reality, with virtual reality, people can able to, doctors can able to like do a pre-surgery procedure before going into the actual surgery. So they can actually project the specific diagnosis, whatever they have identified. They can do a pre-surgery with respect to VR, so that they can make sure the success rate is higher compared to going into the operation theater right away without the pre-surgery. So it is not done with a simple solution. Okay, I download an app and then do it. No, it needs a lot of technology. It needs a lot of engineering mind running at the back end in order to achieve this particular technology. So what you need at the back end is you need programmers, you need designers, you need solution architects, you need domain experts, you need electronic guys, you need people who are well versed in camera technology, people who are well versed in AI, people who are well versed in machine learning. So all these people have to like come together in order to accomplish this particular technology, which is disrupting the market globally. And the next thing is the Internet of Things. So probably this is again one of the core technology which is disrupting or transforming the way we are communicating with the world today. Okay, so couple of years back, if you look back, we used to communicate over letters, right? I remember I wrote letters to my aunt, but over the years it has transformed into phone. Over the years it has transformed into smartphone, right? So whenever something has become smart, whenever we call something as smart, a smart thing, like smart home or smart anything, so which means that it has got IoT into it. So I definitely believe most of you would have access to smartphone or have it handy right in your home, and you might have like come across a lot of apps and a lot of information in and around it, right? So talking about the Internet of Things, it's actually an expansive network of things, or we can say the devices that are connected to internet, which facilitates the intercommunication, right? So right now, if I want to give a very small example for Internet of Things, you might have encountered or you might have seen a lot more ads in and around smartphone with Alexa or with Wipro bulbs, right? So you can like turn on and off the light from anywhere. You can turn on the AC while you are coming from office to home, so and set the temperature to certain degrees, so that when you come home, you will be like absolutely relaxed, right? So such thing is handled by Internet of Things. So now think about a small home, right, where you are with the app in your phone. Okay, you could able to turn on and off the lights and fan or AC or geyser. So whatever the appliances within your home, right? So think something bigger. How about scaling it to a large building, let's say a factory or an industry, right? So think about people who can like who don't have to come to the factory to see what's happening in the factory. They can sit anywhere, even at the airport lounge or even from their home or even while driving, while they were in a car or a cab. So they can just access what's happening in my factory through a phone or a tab or through a laptop, right? And think about some innovation technologies like smart street light. So when you are going to cross with help of some motion sensors or with help of some with your movement, right? It can able to sense and turn on the light, and once you have passed, it will turn off the light. So think about how much electricity we could able to save. Think about like smart infrastructure, okay, like city infrastructure, like drainage lines or water lines, etc., wherein in order to monitor if there is a leakage or something, it automatically detects and sends the information to the specific authorities, and they come over there to repair that, right? And think about the driverless cars or autonomous cars. So I believe there is one company which has already achieved to a certain level. So have you ever seen or have you ever looked into some autonomous cars? When I say autonomous cars, you don't have to drive it. All you need to do is like sit, you just enter the destination, it will automatically take you to it. So have you ever seen or heard something like that? If so, which company was it? So you can also put it in
Tesla, sir.
Tesla. Perfect. Yes. So Tesla. So when we talk about autonomous car, Tesla is something which has achieved this one, and you could able to see how far their camera technology is working, right? And when we talk about this specific field, the IoT is not, I would say, it's not specific to one engineering field. When I say it is not specific to one engineering field, whoever is attending this session, everyone uh, at one moment of time you will encounter IoT in your life. Okay, so this is the future. So when I want to talk about this particular field, I'll give you one statistics. So it is projected to a worth of 6.2 trillion US dollars by 2025 across the globe. So 6.2 trillion, not a million, not a billion, but trillion US dollars in 2025. So think about your future right now. So when you are going to complete your college degree with knowledge you gain in this area, maybe to a certain level at least, right? And you are ready to get employed in this domain under your field, which is going to make $6.2 trillion US money, US dollar by 2025. So when you graduate, this technology is ready to offer a job for you, right? And one of the notable sectors which you are talking about is going to transform the IoT industry is the healthcare. Then all the other sectors, whatever it might be. So everyone is going to do that. Specifically, uh, uh, if you look into a lot of companies right now, uh, so maybe you might have heard about these company names, Nike, Adidas, right? And these companies, all you know is they sell shoes. Okay, it's a very general fact that they sell shoes, but they also sell a lot of other things as well. So Nike and Adidas have their own uh, app. So when you go into that particular app, it will monitor your steps count. It will monitor how much you have exercised today, how much calories you have burned, uh, all those things it will monitor, and it will also like give you certain achievements and to what stage you are maintaining your health. So a lot of things are like getting transformed. Like I said, business is transforming. And the next thing which I want to talk about is AI and machine learning, artificial intelligence and machine learning. And of course, data science is also a part of it because that's an important part of AI. So when I want to discuss about AI, so let me just uh, put this video. Looking at this, probably you might have guessed whether you are a Marvel fan or a DC fan, but you might definitely have guessed which movie it is, right? So can you just type in the chat which movie it is?
Guys, react. If you know the name of the movie, you can post your answers in chat box. So Iron Man, Avengers, many answers they are giving, sir.
Okay, so yeah, it's Avengers Endgame, and where I believe you might have seen this scene, so where he tries to develop a technology to time travel. I mean, like a navigator to travel through time, right? And he will talk to the AI. So in this case, I believe it is Friday, not Jarvis. So it will be able to like help him to achieve this model all by its own. Correct. So uh, this will be like looking like mesmerizing, and yes, this is something which is like shown in movies. But is it actually real? Uh, 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 can we believe it, or is it actually real? So that's some question which always like come up in the mind, right? So I just want to like show you one more technology. Okay, so like I said, AI is not subjective to one domain. So I'll show an example with one domain, but you can resonate it with a lot more others as well, right? So so let me start sharing my screen. Okay, so yes. Okay, so like I said, I'm from a mechanical background, and so this is one software so which we use in industrial design. Okay, and um, what if I said we are using AI to do a complete design, a complete part model? Okay, so in this particular case, so let me just give you a small example. So I want to have a small clamp over here. Okay, and this clamp is going to hold some couple of rods, and then make sure that a lot of load handling capacity should happen. And this particular clamp is going to be tested in this manner. So when I say this way, I'll put it in this manner. Okay. So the clamp will be here, and I'll have a fixed block here, and I'm going to put a pressure test on top of it and make sure that it is going to work in a perfect manner. And once tested, once it is going to be tested, and I'm going to use it in motorcycle. So when I say motorcycle or a cycle, it's going to hold your handle in the key rod, okay, central rod. So that's what I'm going to design, okay. But I'm an engineer, but I don't want to spend a lot of time in defining this. So what we do is just giving certain information inputs to this AI engine, telling that, okay, this is the place where I need the design to come, and these are the spaces it should not design, and this is a weight it should handle, and this material I'm going to apply for it. And once I do and click generate, okay, so it is going to what to say, with the power of machine learning and with the power of AI, it is going to do a lot of calculation, just like what you saw in that particular Avengers movie. And it will run a lot of iterations at the back end. So the interface might not be as similar as the Avengers, but it will run a lot of iterations at the back end and try to get me a lot of results like this. Okay, so if you see here, I'm getting n number of studies, n number of methods that I could able to study from. Okay, so in this, which technology I want to use, whether the 3D printing which I have shown or any other manufacturing method, so I can just specifically go ahead and choose them. Okay, so let's take one example. Let's take this as an example. Okay, I'll turn this off, and turn this off. Okay, and I want to see this. So what happens in the backend is there is no design involved. I'm not designing anything here. So everything is happening on its own, and you could see it could able to complete a design completely for me. So all these 3 dots will be inserted here, and this is going to hold all these 3 dots together. And at the same time, I want to do a complete study from different set of outcomes as well. Okay, and I could able to do the study from this way. So what are the different variants that is available, and I could also see uh, uh, the what is the one which can handle what is the ideal condition for me. So whether I might encounter a failure or not, right? So red zone is a failure zone, green is ideal zone, low is like okay. So that is also okay zone. So I can do a complete study here. So this is AI-based technology which we are using in a mechanical domain, and this is helping us out in designing a lot of stuffs faster and easier, right? And let me come back to the other screen right now. Okay. Okay. So we have talked about a lot specifically in the technology, and to kick off with AI, okay, if I want to start working on AI, so where do I start with? So your Apple Siri is AI, your Google Workspace, so those things are AI as well. So where do I start? So that will be your question. Okay, so now here I have talked about a lot of technology. So where do I start from? Okay, so how can I be disruptive? So these are the key questions which might come across your mind. So first thing is build a solid foundation for you. So when I say build a solid foundation for you, if something is interests you, you have to one domain. You have to food technology, you have to robotics and automation, you have to AI, you have to specific domains. Build a solid foundation in some technology which you like. Okay, and second thing is be strong in basic concepts, because that's pretty much imperative. Uh, uh, that, well, to give a quick example, so my grandfather is actually a diploma in mechanical engineering. And when I started my engineering in mechanical by 2008, I was like referring to a couple of books what my grandfather has used. And when I saw that, almost the syllabus, whatever the engineering books which I had bought, and the syllabus was almost same what he has did in his diploma. But that time, I thought like, why are we doing the same thing? The technology has gone so far, and why am I like sticking to the old books again? Why am I sticking to the old basic concepts again? But over the years in my journey of my experience, what I could see is the basic concepts is actually driving a lot in innovation. So be strong in the concepts, be strong in the basics. Third thing is like find ways to innovate. So look around you. So what are the things that you can transform? So some things which is like something which you are doing manually. So can you able to bring some automation to it? Can you able to innovate something over there? Specifically, I could say one domain. Farming is one domain where we need a lot of innovation to be done. So, uh, 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 you know the status, so how farming is there in India, but I would definitely say that you could bring in a lot of innovation in and around farming. It might be automatic seed planter, it might be automatic irrigation, or whatever it is. Bring in all these technologies, whatever you learn from the basic concepts, to bring in the innovation in and around your circle, in and around your life. And there are a huge professional opportunity out there. So don't bother about it. Don't get the fear of like, do I get a job or not? So don't have those fear. Find your passion within it. There's a huge professional opportunity around every single domain. Just find your passion within it. You could be able to succeed. And finally, one last note which I want to leave is, in life, at any moment of time, even now, when you start your engineering career studies, right? Even now, you could able to um, uh, get in a lot of difficulties. There are times it will drag you down. But remember this: if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. So with this, I'll close my note and hand over the session to the team. And if there is any questions, feel free to ask it.
Okay, sir. Students, if you have any queries and questions, you can bring up your doubts now. This is your time. We will come to a clarification. I wish you can make a nice in your chat box with your questions. Any doubts regarding?
No queries, ma'am.
No queries? Yes, I think, sir, you have reached all the level of titles, it seems, so that's no doubt. Anyway, thank you very much, sir. Really, this is very informative and innovative too. Yes.
Thank you so
Ma'am.
much.
Yes, sir has given very new techniques and how to proceed in your technology development. Everything he has explained in an awesome way. Thank you very much, sir. So this is the time to wrap up the session. Students, again, one more time I'm asking any doubts. If you want to ask any queries. Yeah.
And yeah, and okay, if you have a small a minute's time, so
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would love to share one more link here, so people
Yeah.
can just access that link and type in what are the key takeaways that you got. So I'll share my screen as well. So so you can just type in whatever you have learned, or whatever you thought was interesting, what are the words you loved in this session. So
So guys, use that link and give your feedbacks and answers. So easily.
just your takeaways, like it's not a feedback. So
Yeah,
you can
it's
say
okay. It's
what you learned.
okay. Sorry, it's not a feedback. That's what research person says. Just you can share what do you think. What is the interesting topics where you find. That's it. Is it, sir? Am I right, sir?
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. Yeah. So if you have any difficulty in accessing, please do let me know. I'll be happy to help you out as well.
Sir, can you post the link again, sir? Because we don't know.
I think it's in the chat.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
or
Yes,
even in the screen, it is available. You can go into that website URL,
yeah.
www.mendi.com, and use the code 31726
3176720.
Yeah.
Okay. Students, please find the link in chat box. Otherwise, use this code. Yeah, easily we can understand what are the things you have understood from this session. So make use of that. A realistic approach to engineering is a first or reached.
So we have a lot of people, I think nearly 100, right? So at least I'm expecting some 50 responses here. And people
Guys,
can add
guys,
not my friends as well.
no sir, definitely we will fulfill your desire. Guys, please make it fast. Use that link. Only one word has reached here. Submitted. They're telling submitted.
Good,
Yes, sir.
good,
Yes, sir. It's
great.
coming. It's on the way.
Lot of things. Good, good. Happy to see a lot of information in that.
Okay, sir. Is it okay? Because you expected 50, but nearly about 10 reached, I think.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. At least I could able to see a couple of responses and still coming in. Great to be here, and happy to
Thank
be
you,
part of
sir.
this.
Because of your session only, they are giving this feedback like this. Because no fear, totally they just fired out their fear. It seems.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Trust their fear. It's very. Thank you very much, sir. Because of
Thank
you and your words of wisdom only, they are giving the words like this. Because you are just asked me, it's not a feedback. That's why I use the words and use. Anyway, thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Guys,
Thanks a lot.
thank you for your immediate responses. This is the time to wrap up the session. Conveying our thanks is showing gratitude. That is a well-known fact, right? And then we have to thank the Lord Almighty first, who has designed and refreshed our souls with the sweet strings of blessings. I express my deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Arun Raj, who spent his precious time for us. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you
Thanks a
very much
lot.
for
Thanks a
your
lot.
efforts to support in increasing the knowledge level of our students in technology. Technology stream. Thanks a bunch, sir, again. I convey my heartfelt thanks to Director and CEO for nodding the academic arrangements every day. My grateful thanks are directed to our principal, Dr. KG Parthiban, who has planned meticulously to make it a unique one. I convey my deep sense of appreciation to all our SNS teaching staff for their involvement. My sincere gratitude goes to all our students for their solid support and endless energy. Thank you guys. Thank you for your active participation. Once again, I thank everyone for their cooperation in making today's program a grand success. Thank you all. Sir, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, sir. Arun Raj,
Thank
sir, we
you.
are expecting your presence in future too. Please support
Definitely.
us in our students' development, in career and
Definitely yes.
career development, sir.
Definitely yes. Thank you for having me here. Thank you once again, and all the best for your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you, Arun, for your provoking thoughts and eye-opening session.